What if the greatest warriors weren't soldiers at all? In Israel's darkest hour, two women rose to change history. Deborah, the wise judge, led a nation to battle. Jael, a humble woman of the tents, delivered the final blow. Victory came, not by the sword, but by the hands least expected. A long time ago, in the land of Israel, the people were in trouble. For 20 years they had suffered under the cruel rule of King Jabin of Canaan. His commander, Sisera, led a mighty army with 900 iron chariots, unstoppable, terrifying. The Israelites, weak and afraid, cried out to God for help. But in those dark times, God raised up an unexpected leader, Deborah, a wise and courageous woman. She was a prophet, a judge, and a beacon of hope for her people. She guided the Israelites, settling disputes and reminding them of God's promises. One day, as she sat in judgment, God gave Deborah a message, a call to action. The time had come to defeat their oppressors, and she knew exactly who needed to lead the charge. Deborah sent for Barak, a respected warrior from the tribe of Naphtali.
Barak, the Lord commands you, take 10,000 men from Naphtali and Zebulun and lead them to Mount Tabor. God will bring Sisera's army to you, and he will give you victory.
If you go with me, I will go. But if you won't go, I won't go.
Barak's hesitation showed his uncertainty, but Deborah didn't hesitate. She had full confidence in God's plan.
I will go with you, but because you have hesitated, the victory will not belong to you. Instead, the honor of defeating Sisera will go to a woman.
So they gathered their troops and marched to Mount Tabor, as God had promised. Sisera's army came to fight them. But just when it seemed like Israel was outmatched, a mighty storm arose. The ground turned to mud, trapping Sisera's iron chariots. The Canaanite soldiers panicked, and Israel's army struck them down. Seeing defeat, Sisera abandoned his chariot and fled on foot, desperate to escape. He ran until he reached the tent of a woman named Jael, the wife of Heber the Kenite. Her husband's people were at peace with King Jabin, so Sisera thought he had found safety. Jael saw Sisera approaching and stepped forward to meet him.
My lord, come into my tent. Do not be afraid.
Exhausted and thirsty, Sisera asked for water. Jael gave him milk, covered him with a blanket, and watched as he fell into a deep sleep. But Jael knew that this cruel commander had oppressed her people for years. She realized that she had the chance to end his reign of terror once and for all. Carefully, she took a tent peg and a hammer. With steady hands, she drove the peg through Sisera's chest while he slept. He died instantly. When Barak arrived, Jael stepped out to meet him.
Come, and I will show you the man you are looking for.
She led him inside, and there lay Sisera, defeated, just as Deborah had prophesied. Soon after, Israel's army overthrew King Jabin completely. The land was finally free, and peace returned. To celebrate, Deborah and Barak sang a song of victory. praising God for delivering his people. Deborah's story teaches us that leadership isn't about power. It's about faith, wisdom, and courage. God used a woman in a time when women weren't expected to lead. He used a warrior who hesitated. He used an unexpected hero, Jael, to finish the battle. Jael was not a warrior, but she saw an opportunity to do what was right, and she took it. Sometimes God calls ordinary people to do extraordinary things. Maybe he's calling you too. Please like, share, and subscribe if you're inspired by this story. See you next time.